Hi, friends. It's Grandma Jude coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. And now that I've caught your attention, I can put my rosary down. So I'm going to be talking to you about a Catholic dogma called the Assumption of Mary. And I have a special interest in the Assumption of Mary because when I was 12, my family converted to Catholicism, and we were sent to Catholic school. And the name of the school was Assumption in Bellingham, Washington. So that has a special meaning to me because those were some special years for me in that wonderful Catholic school there, where I first really learned about Jesus Christ and learned about the Rosary. The Rosary, in case you don't know, is a reflection of the life of Jesus, okay? Once you learn the Rosary, well, you'll know all about the life of Jesus. And I'm starting with the Assumption for two reasons. One is because it is special to me. Another is because yesterday was the Feast of the Assumption, celebrated worldwide. And it's because it's one of the most difficult of the Catholic beliefs to explain to Protestants, because we do believe in divine revelation. And this has been celebrated since the 5th century, I believe, long before Protestantism ever came along. By the way, one of my pet peeves is when people ask, is she Catholic or Christian? That should be, is she Catholic or Protestant? Because Catholics were the original Christians before the Protestant, that is Protestant, movement came along with Martin Luther. All people were Catholic. Everybody was Catholic all over the world since Jesus Christ, until Martin Luther, with some good reasons and some good criticisms, pulled away from the church. Wish he had just managed to work within the church, but that's not what happened. And now we have thousands of different Protestant faiths, but we only have one Catholic faith. So anyway, that was a digression, but I want to tell you very briefly about this particular mystery of the Rosary. When I say mystery, I think a better word is contemplation. By the way, that's a slideshow we put together for you of famous artwork regarding the Assumption of Mary, and on my TV screen behind me. And so with the Assumption of Mary being an early doctrine, it was that Mary was assumed into heaven, body and soul. Now, keep in mind that assumed into heaven means she was taken up into heaven, whereas when Jesus Christ, which is straight from Scripture, of course, was resurrected, he was not sucked up, so to speak. He rose up on his own power. So that's a very different kind of happening. So when the only real, the thing that we sort of point to as a scriptural reference would be in John, where Mary is, where we have the image of the woman clothed with the sun, having a child, and being in the sky with the moon and the stars over her head and so forth and so on. But I just want you to know that it's something to contemplate. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to. But I started with that because it's the one that would cause the most consternation, because it's not quite directly from Scripture like every other rosary bead when we say the prayers for the rest of the rosaries, which I'll be explaining one by one, decade by decade. And they're all very taken straight from Scripture with scriptural references. So I hope you'll enjoy saying the Rosary and learning about the Rosary and learning, maybe researching on your own some of the mysteries. And this one is the Assumption of Mary into heaven.